What if I told you that your 20s decide 80% of the life you'll live after 30? And what if the reason most people struggle later isn't because they're unlucky, but because they wasted the decade when the world silently gave them their biggest opportunity? The question is simple. Are you building a life or accidentally destroying one? If that hit a little too hard, good. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to see exactly what separates people who win early from people who wake up at 32 wondering why everything feels too late. This is how to spend your 20s wisely. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Your 20s feel like a warm up round. Everyone says, relax, you have time. But here's the truth no one tells you. Time feels infinite only to people who are wasting it. The successful, they feel the clock ticking. That ticking becomes urgency, and that urgency becomes momentum. But most people never wake up to this, they drift. They repeat the same day over and over and call it life. They don't realize that every choice they make at 20 echoes at 30. Your 20s are not a vacation. They are a foundation. If you plant nothing in your 20s, you harvest nothing in your 30s. Success doesn't suddenly appear in your 30s. It compounds from habits you built when nobody was watching. But building the foundation doesn't mean working like a robot. It means making decisions your future self will thank you for. Your first focus should be simple. Build skills that pay you forever. Your 20s are the decade of building value. But most people chase jobs instead of skills. Money follows value, and value comes from skills. If you master communication, sales, discipline, focus, creativity, and leadership, it doesn't matter where you start. Eventually, you rise. Every successful 30-year-old was a skill-obsessed 20-year-old. And no, scrolling TikTok doesn't count as a skill, unless you're practicing your thumb endurance for the Olympics. But there's one skill that multiplies all the others. We'll get to that cliffhanger in a moment. Before that, you must protect your environment like your life depends on it, because it does. Your environment controls your behavior. Your behavior controls your future. So your environment controls your future. If your friends mock your goals, if the people around you are comfortable being average, if every weekend is a drinking competition, then you're not living your own life. You're living theirs. Your future is hidden inside the people you hang around today. But you don't need to cut everyone off. Just outgrow them. Distance happens naturally when priorities evolve. Next, learn to delay gratification before life forces you to. Your 20s constantly tempt you with short-term pleasure. Buying things you can't afford, staying in relationships out of fear, clinging to comfortable jobs you've outgrown. But here's a secret the wealthy know. If you can suffer a little now, you can live a lot later. While others chase dopamine, you chase development. While they binge Netflix, you binge improvement. While they buy things, you build things. And now, that skill I promised you, the one skill that multiplies everything, self-respect. Self-respect is not a feeling, it's a contract. It's waking up early when no one is watching. It's saying no to things that drain you. It's keeping promises to yourself even when it's inconvenient. People who respect themselves build unstoppable momentum. People who don't look for shortcuts, blame luck, and repeat the same year forever. And no, self-respect doesn't mean buying a $12 green smoothie because you're worth it. It means not buying the smoothie because you're saving for something bigger. Use your 20s to build confidence, not comfort. Comfort destroys potential. Confidence builds it. But confidence doesn't come from motivational quotes or aesthetic notebooks. It comes from doing hard things and stacking small wins. You want self-belief? Start doing things the version of you last year would be terrified of. There's one decision you make in your 20s that determines the entire direction of your 30s. Some people stumble into it accidentally. Others shape it intentionally. This one thing is what every successful person did consciously. And it's this. Choose your identity before the world chooses it for you. In your 20s, you're not supposed to know who you are. You're supposed to decide who you are. Success doesn't come from finding yourself. It comes from creating yourself. Are you the person who wakes up early, works on their goals daily, invests instead of spends, reads, takes risks, stays disciplined, and takes responsibility? Or are you the person who waits until life forces them to grow? Your identity becomes your destiny. Choose it. Build it. Live it. Because if you spend your 20s chasing approval, pleasure, and comfort, your 30s will be about survival. But if you spend your 20s building discipline, skills, and a strong identity, your 30s will be about freedom. Every single choice you make right now matters. The books you read, the people you follow, the habits you build, the risks you take, the things you tolerate, the standards you set. You are writing your future in real time. Your 20s are not the decade to be perfect. They are the decade to be powerful enough to change direction. Most people won't change after hearing this. They'll nod, agree, then go right back to their old patterns. But a few of you, the ones who feel something shifting inside you right now, will start today. And that decision is what separates the successful from the regretful. You get one chance at your 20s. Make them count. And if you're ready to build real momentum, not just feel motivated, then don't stop here. Your mornings shape your identity, and your identity shapes your future. So I made a full video breaking down exactly what to do every morning for 30 days to trigger massive life rewards, fast. Tap the video on the end screen titled, "Do this every morning for 30 days. Watch how fast life rewards you." Start there. Your future self is already waiting.